it's neat having people from, especially from the soccer world, because that's any of these are gatekeeper communities, and the way that the football community embraced us, because they didn't know, they thought we were going to be
mocking it or 100%. Something like,
and why wouldn't we? Americans coming over there, and yet impossible to do when you have someone like Brendan Hunt, who's like the football soul of that. He loves that sport. He comes about his love for it honestly. He was a Chicago boy who made fun of the scores and like 90 minutes of nothing, and then was working in Amsterdam and fell in love with the sport and loves it to his core, and that permeates throughout the show. And we try to honor that versus being parasitic towards it, because it's the only way I think that the character would want to be. It sort of permeates from that ethos, which is really, really, really special and really neat.
Awesome. Well, is there season 4? Is it in the works? Is it?
Are we allowed
I don't know what I'm allowed to ask on
you
this.
can tell us to fuck off.
Yeah. No, you're gonna. That's what we're writing. We're writing season 4 now.
Yeah.
That's the official word. Yeah. No, Ted's coaching. Yeah, they're a women's team. So that's
happening.
Women's
team.
Yeah.
That's
what. There you go.
Is he coming back to the States, or am I asking too many questions?
He was back in the States.
That's too many questions. But
all right. We'll leave it at that.
And it's only because I don't know.
Only 10
I mean, answers. We're just writing it now.
There's a paper. There is a paper with ink on it.
We won't ask too many more questions.
No, but that's what we've been up to.
I'm very excited to hear that. It felt like there needed to be more, to be honest with you.
That's nice.
And it's, I know there's that, whenever you're writing something, I'm sure there's always like, at what point are we done with this, and at what point do we keep going? I think I speak for Ted Lasso fans everywhere that we really did not want you to stop. So please keep doing
that. That was that. We had those a couple of years there where we had the writers and actors strike, and that made the time off that we all earned feel a little less special, because everybody was off, and it's heartbreaking because that makes things tough for not just the actors and writers obviously, but everybody else involved in making these things, and people behind the scenes, and then put up the lights and make the costumes and all that. All that stuff came to a grinding halt, and then just through that. Post that, I should say, the universe kept just like saying things, whether kind folks at airports or on the internet, or friends of my folks, or just other people in the industry, other people in wherever, in any walk of life, and it was just like, okay, I hear you, we hear you, we're listening, and then just more stories kept unfolding and just popping up in our heads, and so that's where we're just exploring all that now, and it's exciting. I mean, it's daunting, because we told the story we wanted to tell, and but there's more there, and it is a neat group of people to work with. It's a wonderful group of people and characters to write around and for, and
there's so many likable characters. Everybody plays their parts so fucking perfect.
It's such a great group.
I felt like Roy Kent at
you
the end
are
of my
Roy
career. It's like literally who I'm
starting to kind of lean into Roy a little bit.
I learned a lot with what this guy's doing right now.
It's something. I mean, because that character is inspired by a bunch of things, but it's the way I felt like leaving SNL. Like I'd done sketch comedy for so many years. It's the way I felt about guys that were athletes, or when I stopped being an athlete. And again, I had that lovely crossfade from, I had a new passion, but when you've been this guy for this long, and now you aren't, it's like, what am I? And that question is one that isn't, and you got to play pro. Think about all the, I think about all the young men that I played AAU basketball with that were the best in the country. And then they're not. And it's like, and there's nothing set up on the other side to deal with that drop off. That when I look at these young men, like it's scary. And you think about all the people that may have, used them on the way up, and they're not there to help as much as you would hope. And so,
no question.
Yeah. So, someone like, Brett and I used to say that there's a version of Roy Kent that may have, gone the way of the dark side had Ted Lasso not come in his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm getting goosebumps.
It's the truth, man. It's the truth.
It is. It's like it's real. That shit's real. So I appreciate you feeling that way about it. 'Cause that's the way I feel. That's the way I felt about him too. And it's like, and I certainly know it's the way that Brett embodied him and connected to him on the writing side, and threw him his hat in the ring to audition for you. You're just like, yeah, that's it, dude.
You got it.
Iconic. Like holy smokes. So neat.